I feel like the canopies on these ships just fuck with the scale. Like, this game does a really bad job with, like, scaling.
3, 2, 1.
There we go. Ah. Okay. Looks like a fairly standard star.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship departing. Maintain a controlled speed until clear.
I think that's Andrew launching from there. Yep. He has warned me. I'm gonna scan you. I'm gonna scan you. I didn't get anything from scanning you. He has warned me that parking at this place is extremely limited, and I accept that challenge.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
Oh, that's red. That's very red. Okay. Alright. Into this thing. Let's honk. Elvira Mark II likes exploration data, so this is going to come in handy. Be nice if I had realized that before I had sold the exploration data from our previous excursion to the INRA facilities. But whatever. Oh, this system is really populated. Oh, 23 bodies. No fucking wonder. So, he's saying we need 21 Guardian power cells. Shit. 21 Guardian technology components, 24 focus crystals, 8 HN shock mounts. to unlock the Guardian FSD. So I should probably talk about what my purpose is here. Mainly for Odyssey, I'm expecting a lot of ground to space and back again. So what I'm working towards is building a ship that is going to be very versatile for those kinds of missions. Because I don't expect you're going to have to be like running tons of cargo if you're taking missions on foot. But yeah, that's the purpose of this ship, is a reliable platform for surface-to-ground stuff. Or surface-to-ground. What the hell am I talking about? Like space-to-surface, like air-to-air combat, that sort of thing. Where? You take me to the system, and then you just kind of dropped off the face of the earth, bruh. Like, where in this system do I need to go? Let's see. Oh, it's not even in this system. Shit. Oh, god damn it, we're waiting for the carrier to jump. Son of a... Communication.
Hello, Commander. Please remain alert for other ships in the vicinity.
I mean, it's like 16 minutes, but still.
Request confirmed. Your designated path.
Just hit the auto dock.
Request accepted. Your docking computer has assumed control.
Landing gear deployed.
Docking successful. Clamps engaged.
Alright, let's see. Galaxy map. We are heading to... HD 3154. You are a ways out. Out of curiosity, how many jumps would that be? 21 jumps. Not shabby already. I feel like that would have been like a million jumps before I went to see Felicity Farseer. Planet B3A. So I keep telling Input that I can just see these ships being used for some kind of space horror-y thing. Like, it's, the carriers have, very much do have that sort of, like, techno-gothic feel, like Aliens and, like, a lot of 80s science fiction. And I can just imagine one of these just floating derelict filled with all manner of unspeakable horror. And now that we'll have first-person shooter gameplay, derelict ships will be a thing that we can enjoy. I say enjoy loosely. I mean, we'll obviously be having fun, but it will also be, you know, not. It's a I suppose it'd be a bit like the Ishimura from Dead Space, wouldn't it? It's a fun place to visit, but get me the fuck out of here. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I gotta be careful, because I've felt this way before about a game. That game was Star Trek Online. I remember when Star Trek Online first launched, it was nothing but possibility. It's like, oh, it's going to be a Star Trek MMO, it's going to be awesome, and then it was a disaster when it launched. Oy. There were good days when that game launched. There was Gozer and the Special Task Forces. There was the Space Neon Lobsters, the friends I made there. There were good times when Star Trek Online came out, but they're all kind of overshadowed by just the drama of the game. The drama and the fact that after 10 years... 10 years in, I think... I can't be sure, but I feel like 10 years in, Eve had already undergone, like, an engine change and multiple massive visual overhauls of the game. Well, that's too far. I feel like I should be playing the Red Dwarf theme right now. That's something I should watch. I should watch Red Dwarf. That's something to binge watch while you're jumping from system to system. But yeah, it was all potential. Anything was possible until we found out that almost nothing was possible. Because the engine was so antiquated that it couldn't even draw all the projectiles the game was asking it to draw. For the longest time, people were killed by things they couldn't see. And they thought it was, like, some massive glitch of the game. Like, something wrong with, like, the combat parsing or something. No. There was actually a projectile there. The game just was so ancient. And so... just... it's really rough to say. It feels like a dick thing to say, but it really is true. Primitive. That it just couldn't draw all the things on screen. When you get down to it, Star Trek Online is running on a heavily Frankenstein version of the engine for Champions Online. It's Frankenstein to the point that they don't even know how certain features of the game work anymore. That's why the Foundry was ripped out. Also, apparently nobody documented anything. Like, nobody documented how the Foundry works so that people could figure this shit out later on. Nobody was required to do this. It's just... Star Trek Online has become, like, kind of a symbol of... Well, like... What it would have been. It should have been. Amazing. And in some ways it is. What they've done with what they have is fantastic. The quality of the missions has improved a great deal. The writing has improved in places. It's gotten significantly worse in others, but that's a whole different thing. But I don't think Star Trek Online's ever gonna... I think that's what it's mainly gonna be remembered for, is what it could have been. What it should have been. Now, if you believe the developers for Elite, if you believe David Braben, the groundwork for Space Legs, for Odyssey, has been in the game from the beginning. The game was designed from the beginning with, all the ships were designed with multiple decks in mind. They were designed for ambulation and walking around and such. You know, I kind of think of this game privately as the new Eve, mainly because this is quite a screenshot game. I remember that being, like, the most pervasive thing about Eve on the internet, is the amount of screenshots of Eve that you would find everywhere. Just as, like, wallpapers and shit. And I feel like this game has got its screenshot game going strong. Just look at that. This is a gorgeous game. So, if you believe David Braben, they've been preparing for Odyssey for years. They've had it in mind. They've had Space Legs in mind. The whole game's been designed for it, which leads me to believe, which leads me to hope, that we're going to be seeing some action on these carriers. Because these carriers offer worlds, and pun not intended. Sort of. Maybe kind of intended, but still. These carriers offer worlds of gameplay potential that would be so cool to see realized. I'd love to see it realized. I would love to have a space game that has it all. And I know I kind of like... Everybody loves to bitch about Star Citizen. Everybody loves to complain about Star Citizen. But, you know, it's kind of like... I'm sure it will come out. But it's been a long, long wait, hasn't it? All I want is a space game. Is a hard sci-fi universe and a space game that's not grimdark. I don't want a grimdark sci-fi setting. I feel like grimdark has overstayed its welcome. Grimdark was like grim and gritty sci-fi was on its way out when Battlestar Galactica was still running. Because that's what everybody wants to be, who's doing like grim and gritty sci-fi shows. That's what they want to be. Battlestar Galactica. But Battlestar Galactica wasn't even Battlestar Galactica in its, like, last 2 seasons. Like, Ronald Moore straight up admitted that they didn't plan shit from the 3rd season on. So, like, the show that they were trying to emulate was a shadow of itself before it was even over. The trend was dead before Galactica was even over. The thing that they were trying to emulate was already tired, and Stargate tried to emulate Galactica with Stargate Universe. I have to imagine that Universe was mandated by the network. That's what it, like looking back on it nowadays, it kind of screams that to me. That Stargate Universe was just sort of like, we want a new Battlestar Galactica. People love Stargate. Stargate's like our top earner on our like Friday night slot. Make us a new Battlestar Galactica, but with Stargate. And Brad Wright was just kind of, alright. Doesn't really work, but okay. You can't do Battlestar Galactica in a setting that has its tongue as firmly in cheek as the Stargate setting does. But getting back to it, like grim and gritty sci-fi was on its way out. Like, grimdark sci-fi was on its way out before Galactica was even over. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. Like, Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard are also trying to, like, be grim and gritty. Like, they also want to be Battlestar Galactica, which is about as far from the fundamental philosophy of the Star Trek setting as you can get. Hello. And we're here. We're going down. We're getting ready to jump. Shit's happening. I like this ship. I like the crate. It's a very retro sci-fi looking ship. I feel like I've seen this ship on like book covers and like shopping centers and stuff since I was a kid. I used to draw ships that looked kind of like this when I was a kid, like that, like the two big wings. Except because I was a fan of Star Trek, these would have been like warp nacelles, and it would have had like a big engine in the back, because like Millennium Falcon. Because I grew up with Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm a fan of both. The one true Star Wars and Star Trek, at least. The current incarnations of both franchises can kiss my ass. But yeah, like Picard and Discovery are just trying to be like edgy and dark, like Battlestar. They're trying to be Battlestar Galactica. Everybody wants to be the next Battlestar Galactica, but they just come off as like this just edgelord shit. Like it would be adorable if it wasn't so stupid. Just awful shows. Just like ugh. The edge on these shows is just. Anyways, I'm sick of grimdark sci-fi. I don't want a grimdark sci-fi setting, but if you give me a hard sci-fi setting that has it all, where I can get my Star Trek on with exploring strange new worlds, I can get my Han Solo on with wheeling and dealing, and I can get my goddamn intergalactic space crusaders on with my badass starship and my badass crew. Fucking blasting pirates and shit. Then I'm all in. I'm all in on that shit. How much Elite footage have I recorded at this point? I've recorded so much Elite footage. But I don't want to. I want to manage my expectations. I don't want to expect the world of Odyssey. Even though I should literally be expecting the world of Odyssey, because that's what it is. It's you walking on worlds. I can't help but be excited, but I need to temper my excitement, because I don't want to get my heart broken again by yet another... Make sure I have a DSS. You're telling me now.
Ship
You are telling me now. I got it picked up a detailed surface scanner back like 1,000 light years ago. Shake on my fist. Alright, let's poke our heads out and see what this system's like. Eventually. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. 50% already.
System scan complete.
Well, that was fast. That will be the carrier. Brown dwarf. I hate these things! One of my earliest experiences with this game was a brown dwarf frying the ship that I was flying. Just barbecuing it. But I have a feeling that if these ships do have an interior, it's going to be a super generic one. It's going to be a generic prefab interior. Maybe you'll have the option of decorating it. I do hope you have the option of decorating something. Again, that's something that they dabbled with in Star Trek Online. They, the Romulan Republic bridge interior, depending on certain things that you find in those missions, there are collectibles that will add knickknacks to the interior of your captain's ready room. Or I suppose your commander's office would be a more apt description, as we are speaking of a Romulan vessel. But, yeah, you could actually, like, sort of, like, find things that would mark your journey through the Romulan storyline. Or at least the starting Romulan storyline. And they never really did that for anybody else, which was really sad. And really kind of like, why? Why wouldn't you? Why would you not? Like everybody remembers, everybody watching Next Generation remembers the flute. They remember Picard's flute and how much it meant to him. Like everybody watching, who watched Next Generation, who watched First Contact, like saw the tapestry that he got from the planet where he got shot full of arrows. Trying to prove that the Picard is in fact not the Jesus. I have no pending invites. I'll give you a wing invite, motherfucker. There we go. Wait a minute. He's already there. God. Mother. Fucking.
Confirmed. Ship release.
Son of a bitch! Is it 3766154? Motherfuck. God fucking damn it. I've been here. I've been fucking here, running my goddamn face like fucking Foghorn Leghorn, and he just jumped over to this place. 63154. It's right fucking there. Christ! Son of a bitch! Oi. Okay. I'm mass locked. Engines! Engines! More engines!
Frameshift drive charging.
Take care, Commander. This is Control, signing off.
Oh, fuck you too.